Hey everybody. Okay, so it's been a long time, and I know it's been a long time, and my dog might start barking randomly in a couple of minutes, because he thinks he sees something outside that doesn't exist. So, um, a lot has happened in the way of stitching, since, I think, since last time we spoke. I can't remember what I showed last time at all. So I'm gonna show, might be repeats. I might not have done any extra work on some of these things. I think I did. I don't think I've shown you updates on anything. If you've been on Instagram, you've seen updates, but otherwise I don't think there have been any updates. Because I can't get in the groove of this this YouTube thing. Okay, so I think let's do finishes first. So there have been a lot of finishes, and I mean like finishes and then fully finished, like fully framed. Lots of things have been framed, especially this past weekend. It was crazy. The framing, because of Christmas? Can't even think. It's been a weird day. Because of Christmas, lots of framing. I'm giving lots of gifts this year that I made, which I've never done before, so hopefully they are appreciated. But let's do two little tiny things. So I believe the last time that I was here, I had this partially done, but now it is completely done. It is my January bookmark, and I think I know last time I said I was going to try to figure out how to flip this. I think I've actually figured out how to flip this so you can actually read the words. But anyways, this is my January bookmark. I have to figure out my great looking back. It's actually not too bad. Usually they're a lot worse. I have to figure out how I want to do the back, because I don't want to leave it like this. I think, because this is just too, like, flimsy for me. When I read, I like to have a bookmark that's, like, more sturdy. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put either a piece of cardboard or something, like cardstock or cardboard, behind a white piece of fabric and just stitch that white piece of fabric on, so that the edges will be like flimsier, because they are supposed to be more lacy, but the actual bookmark piece will be like sturdier. So that's my January bookmark. That is finished. And then I also finished my May bookmark. So that is my May bookmark. Again, I think I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So the significance of these two: January is my birthday, January 21st, and then May is my fiance's birthday, May 17th. So I wanted to make one for each of us, and I think the next one I'm going to do, if I do the next one, because these took a lot longer than I thought they were going to take, partly because there's so much backstitch, like there's just backstitch everywhere. So I think the next one I'm going to do is September, which is the month we started dating, which soon will have no significance at all because we'll be getting married next year. So it's not Halloween anymore. My computer's telling me there's a Halloween deal, and I'm like, do you know it's December? Okay, so those are the two small, well, some of the small finishes. I have three other small finishes. So one that you might have, I think I showed before, is my Ocean City Summer 1993. So this one is finished, framed, and I did the framing for all of these pieces. So this one was easy. It's just in a little 5x5 frame. It can be hung if she wants to hang it. This is for Bill's mom, or it can sit on the table like that. You won't be able to see it, but whatever. But yeah, it can sit on the table like that. So she can do anything she wants. And then I have a few other ones. So then this one will also be given to her. This one's summer 1983, and yes, they're just kind of random dates, but these are the ones she gave me. She gave me a few. She had been to Ocean City, and she every year would pick up whatever, so the Salty Yarn Stitchery, I think it's called, whatever they had, like whatever their summer like pattern was, and so she picked up whatever she was there, she picked up the pattern, so she must have been there in 1993 and 1983. I was not born in either of these years. That is saying something. I was born in the next year, though. And then the last one I got, or the last one I did for this year, is this one. Is that a pin? No. It is just a shiny thing. I was like, oh no! But yeah, so this one, and I was born. I was a year old at this point. Is it still there? There's like a shiny glitter. I don't know where the glitter is coming from. I don't have glitter on any of my pieces. But, okay, it should be gone now. Yeah, okay, there's no more glitter. So yeah, so these are all just framed in little 5x5 frames I got from Michaels. I actually got all of my frames. Well, no, that's a lie. I got pretty much all my frames from Michaels. I got one of the frames from AC Moore, but these ones I got at Michaels. Super, I think they were like $4. Super nice, cute, pretty sturdy. Like, I was thinking like, oh god, $4, they're not gonna be like sturdy at all. They're pretty sturdy. They're pretty good. I like them. And I think the little black, it just goes well, I think, with these little pieces. So those are the three for Bill's mom. So those will go to her for Christmas. I have to do a lot of wrapping, which I'm not really excited for, but that's okay. And then this one is so fun. I think this one's so fun. It is not quite straight. I don't really care. I know, it's kind of annoying. Like, I want it to be like this and like kind of pushed over a little bit, and then there's a pin sticking out right here, which I didn't notice until I put it in the frame and I put the back on. So I don't really know how to get rid of it. I've been just like kind of pulling the fabric up over it, and once we hang it, nobody's going to be touching it, so hopefully it won't be really noticeable. So just pretend like the pin's not sticking out. I'll try to cover it there. I'm not very good at it. Whatever. So yeah, so this one is the banana song, the Minions banana song. So the reason that I decided that this was going to be Bill's Christmas present was because when we were on our first, I think it was our first vacation to Universal, when we had first started dating, he took me, it was like 2 months after we started dating, he took me to Universal for my birthday. I know, and that's a little bit crazy, and I thought he was a crazy person. Because I was like, oh my god, you're spending a lot of money for my birthday, and you don't even know who I am. Anyways, the first vacation we took together, we went to Universal, and he found this video on Facebook, and I think it had just come out, or it was like the Minions was being released or something, and so they kind of teased this video of the banana song it was on Facebook where he found it, and for the rest of the trip, it was like the first day we were there. We were there for, I think, a week. The first day we were there, he found this song, and he could not stop singing the song. He would just be like, banana! And it drove me insane, but eventually I kind of couldn't stop singing it either. So I decided this would be the perfect gift for him. I found it on Etsy, and I thought it was great. And then the frame, also from Michaels. It's just like a blue wood frame. I think it's wood. Yeah, it's wood. Or some sort of plastic. I'm pretty sure it's like wood or some sort of something. It feels like wood. So yeah, so I think that goes pretty well. The blue frame with the little blue writing and their little blue outfits. So that's that. Lots of backstitch on pretty much all of these things so far. And the next thing you're going to see is also, well, actually, no, I'll save that one. I'll show you this one. So this one was a pain in the butt to frame. because I could not find a frame that fit this piece. So we have Ocean City Boardwalk, or what I call Ocean. It doesn't have, I don't think it has a name. So this is Ocean City Boardwalk. I call it that. Which I think I showed this one to you unfinished, like it was finished, the stitching was finished, but I had not framed it. So yes, we have like the Ferris wheel, we have, I don't remember what the name of this haunted house is, but we have a haunted house, we have Thrashers, we have Kite Loft, we have Fishers, here's Salty Yarns, the little, right here, and right next to Langford Hotel. So yeah, so the reason this one was a pain in my butt to frame, oh, and the frame is from AC Moore, so this is the only one that's not from Michaels. So the reason this was such a pain in my butt to frame was that this piece came with a fabric in a kit that I didn't get, so my mother-in-law, so Bill's mom, she gave me this pattern with the fabric and the floss, everything was included. She got it from Salty Yarns, and because I couldn't find a frame, I did not want to get this, I did not want to get this, shush, would you hush? I did not want to have this, like, framed for me because I did not want to spend that much money on framing. I've done that once, and I'm never going to go back because I swear I spent, like, $150 on something that was, like, this size. Maybe it was even smaller than this. And I was like, that's stupid. So anyways, I couldn't find a frame that would fit the fabric that I had stitched this on. Since I, had the fabric, I wasn't going to use another fabric. So I found this frame and I was like, maybe I can make this work. Well, I cut out the foam board to fit this frame, and I was not going to be able to pin the top or the bottom. I could pin the sides, the sides are fine, but the top and the bottom, literally like the edge of the top and the edge of the bottom were straight along the edge of the foam board. So there was no way I was going to be able to pin that down. So what I did is I stitched on some extra fabric down at the bottom. And so that way I could put it over the top and use that extra fabric down at the bottom. Well, because of that, you could see the extra fabric right here. And I was like, no. Now, luckily with this frame, so originally this frame was one of those like 3-picture frames, so you could put like 3 different pictures, and it had like panels right here. So what I did is I took the matting that came with the frame and I cut off the little like dividers. And this, I think it was this side. Yeah, this side was covering this little lamp. So I cut a part of the side off. So yeah, it looks a little, if I hadn't said anything, you probably wouldn't have noticed. But this side is a little bit, the matting is a little bit shorter than this side. But anyway, so I did that, and I was like, I'm not going to put the glass on. I know everybody says, like, the matting is stupid without the glass, but I still didn't want the glass on the top of this. So, the matting is literally just to cover that seam, because that would have been terrible. So, because of that, I couldn't stretch it as tightly as I wanted it to, but from far away, I think it looks fine, and nobody's going to, like, when she gets it, she's gonna love it, I know it, because I send her, this is for Bill's aunt, I send her pictures of, like, all of my finished pieces, just because her and Bill's mom love seeing them, and she loves all of them. She has not seen this one. She's seen the finished stitch. She's seen this before, but she's not seen it framed, and she doesn't know it's for her. So I'm excited to give it to her. I think she'll love it. And I mean, yes, it's not really tight. It's not like tight like these ones are, but this one was just so much harder to do because of that seamed bottom. Eventually maybe I'll get better at that, but hopefully also eventually I will realize that if I can't find a frame, I shouldn't wait till like a week before Christmas to get the frame. But it worked. It all worked out in the end, so I think it looks fine. I'm excited to give it to her. Okay, so those are for everybody that's not related to me, I think. And then the last present, the only person who's not getting like something made from me is my brother, because he wouldn't appreciate it. Like it wouldn't be the same for him. Everybody else would be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hang this up. Well, he's in college, and so really all he wants is like food. So I think I'm just gonna get him a gift card to like Giant, like $100 gift card to like Giant, so he can buy food and eat for the rest of his life. Just kidding, for the rest of maybe a week. Maybe a week. Okay, so the last thing is my parents' present, and this one I think I'm the most excited for because I love this so much. You can actually kind of see the modeling. If you go onto my Instagram, I took a picture of this in the daylight, and because it's dark outside right now, you can actually see the modeling really well in that picture, because in the daylight you can actually see it. You can kind of see it in this, but it is kind of a purpley brown modeling, which I thought was perfect with this piece, just because it is like wine and purple, and you know. So I'm really excited for this. This was a lot of backstitch, just so much backstitch, but I think it came out really, really well. And it's weird, like this over here, it looks like it's dented, but it's not, it's just the modeling. Maybe that's just me. Anyways, so that's that, and I think I did a pretty good job getting this straight, but since it is grapes and it's a vine of grapes, I kind of wanted it to be not perfectly straight, because what grapes are straight? Like, you're not going to find a vine of grapes that's just straight. So yeah, so I think this is great. I love this one. I have like bajillion, I think I got a half yard or a yard. I can't remember how much of this fabric I got, but I got a lot of this fabric, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. But it's 36 count vintage, something barley. Hold on, let me look. Hold, please. Vintage pearled barley. It's by Lakeside Linens. So, and it's 36 count. This piece, originally, I think they called for 28 count. I don't remember. I think it was 28 count. It was just like white. Linen or whatever. They might have even called for an Ada. Everybody says it differently. Anyways, I did not want to do that, and I've never stitched on 30. I don't think I've stitched on a 36 count. I could be wrong, but it was kind of a pain doing 36 count 2/2, because I did 2/2 like full stitches down here. If it was a half stitch, I did 1/1. And for the green grapes, I did the full stitches first, and then I tried to go through and like find those half stitches and fill those in. Well, that was a pain in the butt because I could not see, like it was so filled in, like it was hard to find where they were supposed to be. So for these two grapes here, I did all the little half stitches first, the 1/1 stitches, and then I went back in and I did all the full stitches. That was a little bit easier, but still it was pain in the butt, and maybe I should have done 1/2. I don't know, but I like how it looks now. Like, I like the end result. I like how it's, like, it's definitely filled in, and I kind of like how thick it is. Like, I like how it looks. I know not everybody likes really thick crosses or stitches, but I like it because I think it like pulls attention here because this is so delicate. I don't think this should be delicate. So anyways, that's just me. And the frame I got from Michaels, I originally went thinking I was going to get a totally different frame, and then I saw this, and I always take my pieces with me to like find a frame so that I can kind of put it up against the frame and say, will this work? And so I found this frame and I was like, oh, this is so much better. So I think this one's great. I'm really excited to give this to my parents. Again, I just did a paper backing. Yes, it's still got all of the staples in it from where they staple in the cardboard. And I am hopefully tomorrow going to have Bill put on some D-hooks so we can put a wire so they can hang it. We'll be doing that on a couple of things tomorrow. So that's that. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the 3 things that I finished for myself, and there have been pictures on Instagram and Facebook because they are the loves of my life, and every time I pass them I can't, or at least the one that's hanging right now, I can't stop looking. Anyways, so I'm gonna actually move my chair for this because they're a little bit large. But so the first one I'm gonna show is falling out of her frame. Anyways, okay, so the first one I'm gonna show is my Celtic Autumn. So there she is, and I'm so proud of her. So that is her completely finished, framed, and all, and the back, the paper backing is coming off, and I don't know, actually I do know why. I used some crap sticking things, like to get the paper to stick to the back of the frame, so I'm going to redo that tonight, I think. But anyway, so that's her in her frame. She's just hung by a wire. This is a really heavy frame, so I'm actually going to put it down. But she is, you all have seen, if you've seen my other videos, you've seen her, not in a frame. So that is her in a frame. That was great. That was just great English. You've seen her not in a frame. You have seen her finished, you've seen her with just the finished stitching. But then, yeah, so I think I did that about a month ago. I framed her, and then I framed the other one a month ago too. So this one is my finished summer, and I have not put it back on her, so you can see the fabric here, sorry. This one is finished summer. So she is also a conversion, so Celtic Autumn is a conversion, and Celtic Summer is a conversion. So there's her, and you have seen her as well, finished stitching, but now she's in her frame. And I love the frames that I chose for these guys. I think they go really well with the piece. So the first one was quite expensive, but I think it works. And then I couldn't find the same type of frame for the other ones, so I went with, I want to say cheap. They were cheaper, like they were not as expensive, but they are different types. Like that one, I got these ones from Michaels, and I got that one from Michaels, but that one was like the open backed one that doesn't come with glass or a back or anything. These ones came with glass and a back, or this one, and the next one I'm going to show you came with glass and a back. But I, of course, did not use the glass, and I can't fit the back on. So I use paper, and we are going to put the little D hooks in so we can put wire on, because these don't have any, these ones have like this, these little things, but it's not gonna work. So anyways, that's my Celtic Summer, and I gotta finish putting it back on her, so I think I'll do that tonight as well. And then the last one that nobody has seen on YouTube, because I don't think I had started her last time, or I had just started. Anyways, this is my Celtic Winter. So I don't know if she's my favorite or if Autumn is my favorite. Like, summer's fine. She's not my favorite. Autumn was my favorite until I finished winter, and I'm not sure who's my favorite now. But I did do a slight conversion on her. I hated the gold, the original gold, because I didn't understand. Like, I know people associate gold with like Christmas and maybe winter, but like for me, I think more icy colors. So I converted all the gold like metallic to silver metallic, and then down here and like here and up here, I changed all of that to blue. And then anything in here that was supposed to be gold, I changed to blue, and yeah, blue. I did keep the little like red / burgundy colors, the beads and the floss, but I changed anything that was gold to blue. And that was a conversion I found. It was hard to find because I was like searching and I couldn't find a conversion that I wanted to do because I didn't want to do the hood. I know everybody loves doing the hood, but I like the hair, so I didn't want to cover her hair with a hood. So I wanted to just do literally a color conversion, not a chart conversion, and it was hard to find. It was really hard to find just a chart conversion. So I did that, and it's on the called for fabric because I thought it would go really well with the kind of icy colors. So I think it does. And then I found this frame at Michael's. This was also not the intended frame that I was going to buy. I didn't really know what frame I was going to get for this one because I was like, I don't know if getting a blue frame is really a good idea. But I did, and it's more of a gray blue. It's like a darker gray blue, so it works. And again, this one had the little D-hooks on it, so we have just a wire on it. And she will replace my Autumn on Friday, because Friday is the first day of winter, so we'll put her up on Friday. I'm very proud of her, and I think she competes with Autumn. She does. And then, so next I'll be doing Christmas, which obviously I'm not going to have Christmas done before Christmas this year, but she'll be done before Christmas next year. So winter's just going to be up throughout Christmas, and then after I finish Christmas, I'm going to do spring. So again, I'm not going to have a spring lady up for this spring, but I will have probably put my summer up through spring and summer. So I'll have at least a lady hanging all year long, even though I don't have all of the ladies done. Okay, so those, I believe, are all of my finishes. Yeah. So now let's do some whips. And I'm down whips. I don't have as many whips as I had before because obviously I had all these things going and I finished them all, so yay. So now I have less whips, and I think actually one of them is going to become a UFO because I just can't get into it. I don't want to work on it, and I think it's just going to turn into a UFO, and I don't really care. I'll probably pick it up again or restart it again because this is my second restart, and I still can't get into it. I think it's the fabric or the way I'm doing it. Anyways, this is not the UFO. This is my big piece that I don't think I've really worked on since last time. I know, I wanted to get this done by October of 2019, which is not going to happen. But anyways, this is where I am now with this piece. Look, it's me. That's such a weird, like, look, I stitched myself. Well, Bill's gonna be over here. Like, you can kind of see some of his face. Barely, but you can. So this is where I am now. This is 2 columns. This is 1.5 columns. And then I have another full column, and I think the last column is a smaller column. But I think it looks really cool. Again, like the last time I showed this, I think it looks really good. Like, it looks, I think, better on the camera than it does in real life. I mean, I love how it looks in real life, and from far away it looks great. But I think it looks really good on camera, and maybe that's just because my camera is making everything look a little better than it is in real life. I don't think so. I think all my other pieces look pretty good in real life, but I love how this one looks both in real life and on camera. I'm just really glad it looks good on camera because that could have been bad. And also it's so wrinkly because it's just kind of been stuck in a Q-snap for like 2 months. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I really just don't care. I haven't had a problem. Like, my stitches are fine. Couldn't really tell. It was really loose in the Q-snap anyway. Anyway, so that's that. I don't know how much progress has been made, but I am going to try to get a page finish. So I've had so many, like, I've been trying to get a rotation down, and I can't, for the life of me, stick to one, because I would go, I want to do one that's, like, going to make me work on everything. I can't just do that what I feel like, because sometimes I just only feel like one thing for months and months and months, and I just can't do that because I've got too much to do, too many pieces to work on. So I've been trying to do a new rotation. Like, I did the calendar, but that only lasted for like 2 weeks because I just got bored with it. I couldn't do it. I also couldn't continuously switch every day. That got really tedious because I use the same bobbins, floss bobbins, like for each project, so I don't have like 3 different boxes of floss for 3 different projects. If there is a floss that's used in 2 projects, I use that same bobbin for both projects. So it was really tedious to have to go through and put the bobbins in a different box for those different projects. It just got too tedious, so I just stopped doing that. And instead I decided to do like a page finish. So I have my goal is to have 5 pieces going at the same time. So right now I have that big project, I have my dogs, I have my Cinderella, which you'll see. I just finished my Celtic Winter, which was one of them, so now it'll become Celtic Christmas. And then the other one that I'm going to do is the Soda Stitch. They have all of their different ones, like the Wizard of Oz, they have the Cinderella, they have all of those like fairy tale / Disney ones. So I have this whole idea in my brain of how I'm going to do that. So anyway, the first Soda Stitch is coming to me. I ordered it yesterday or 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday. So that one's coming to me, and the fabric for that is coming to me as well. So I've got a kind of concept of how I'm going to do that. And so hopefully I'll be able to explain that to you when I actually get it. So the first one that I'm going to do is the Wizard of Oz, which really shouldn't be the first one that I'm going to do because that one's going to be at the very end, but I'll figure it out. And it'll make more sense when I actually get the piece and I start doing it. So back to my rotation. So the rotation will have 5 things in it, and my concept is 3 of those things have pages. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to do a page finish for each. So like if I finish a page on the dogs, I'll do a page of the Cinderella, and then I'll do a page of the engagement picture. And then once I'm done all those pages, I'll do all of the Wizard of Oz Soda Stitch, because that one's pretty small. And then I haven't really figured out, I might do like a 4th of the Celtic Christmas, and then restart that whole thing over again. Start from the dogs to Cinderella to engagement to Soda Stitch to Celtic Christmas. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. So far I've been able to do that for a week or something. Since I finished Celtic Winter, I've moved on to the dogs, and I've stuck with the dogs. I'm almost done a page. I think I have like maybe a row and a half left to do. So while I'm talking about it, let's show my dogs. So I was just working on this a minute ago, so it's still in its hoop. I'm not taking it out. Also, it's a little crazy, sorry. Okay, so this is my dogs. It's dogs, I got it on Mystic Stitch. Mystic Stitch? Yeah, Mystic Stitch. So yeah, so far I've been calling him a lab. I think he's actually a golden retriever. because there's another lab, I think, over here, and it's a golden lab. So I'm pretty sure this is a white lab over here, and this is a golden retriever. But you can't really tell. It's good enough. So yeah, so you've got pretty much the full little guy here. Up here is a black lab, I think. Here's our little Westie. And then we've got a King Charles Spaniel right here, which you can just see the top of its head. And then over here, like, you can only see the little tiny part of the ear right here. This is going to be a Jack Russell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that's that, and I think I have just the rest of this row to finish. I have one more full row to do underneath of that, and then I think I have like a half a row to do underneath of that. So hopefully I'll be able to finish that at some point soon, and that'll be a page finish for this guy. And I'm doing this 2/1 on 28 count half stitch. I'm scared to get you really close because you can see how like terrible my stitches are, but that's what it looks like. Looks a lot more pixely from close up than it does from far away. I think it looks really good. I think I'm really excited about it. I am really excited about it. And I'm excited I started. So there's that. Okay, the next one I'll show you is my Cinderella. And it, oh no! Uh-oh, was there a needle attached to this? I hope not. Where did the back go? Uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. I don't know. Okay, so I had apparently a thingy. What are they called? A needle minder attached to this. But I don't know where the needle minder back just went, and I don't know if there was a needle attached to this. So, I might just leave you for a couple of minutes, try to find the back of this needle minder. So I will be back. So I don't know where the back of the needle minder is, if it was ever attached to this piece. I found the needle. The needle was still attached to the string, to the floss. I just don't know where the needle minder back went. So I have the front of the needle minder. I just don't know where the back is. So eventually I'm hoping that'll show up at some point, just whenever it decides to show up. So anyways, this is my Cinderella. I'm sorry for the craziness that is floss, and it's just the way it is. So I literally have so much to do on this. This is Cinderella. You wouldn't be able to tell it's Cinderella, but it is. This I also got off of Etsy. I don't remember the store. Sorry, but I did get it off of Etsy. It's Cinderella. I don't know what it's called either. I'm doing a really good job. Anyway, it is Cinderella. You just wouldn't be able to tell yet. So hopefully I'll do her a page. I'll finish this page after I finish the dogs. This one is also on 28 count. I am doing 1/1 full stitches, full crosses on this piece. And I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks really good. The coverage is really good. So I'm glad I'm doing it this way. And I'm really excited to continue this one. It's a lot less of a pain in the ass. Sorry, it's supposed to be PG, but this is a lot less of a pain in the ass than the dogs are. I'm going to show you the back. Sorry, I'm going to show you the back of my pieces. So this is what this one looks like. I know I carry my threads really far. I don't care. I don't have a problem with it. So sorry if you have a problem with it. Just for fair warning, if you have a problem with it, skip a couple of minutes. But this one is a lot, I don't know. It doesn't look neat, but it is a lot neater. Like, this is the back of my dog's. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. So it's actually looks kind of like a dog on the back, weirdly enough. But it's really thick. So the actual thickness of this is a lot more because I'm using the 2 strands. So it's harder to get that needle through the hole because it's just so thick. So anyways, that's my Cinderella. Not much to look at, but this is the first time you're seeing her on YouTube. So hopefully I'll have a page finished by, at least 1 page finished by next time that I take a video, because obviously. And then this is going to be my UFO, I think, because I can't get into it. I don't want to continue. I don't want to keep doing it. I'm done. I've tried it once before, couldn't get into it. Trying it again, still can't get into it. And I'm probably wasting this fabric. I might finish it at some point, but I can't. So this is my UFO. I just don't want to do it anymore. And I'm still not going to tell you guys what it is, because if I do it at some point, I want there to be some surprise. So this is my UFO. I'm not going to continue it. I'm going to take it out of my rotation. Maybe eventually, one day, I'll put it back in my rotation, but I can't. I'm not feeling it. I haven't been. I kind of felt it when I started it again, but I've stopped. I don't want to continue. So, UFO for now. UFO for now. I have a feeling I'll start it again and I'll want to do it again. I might decide to do it on a different fabric. Maybe it's the fabric that's putting me off. Last time I did it on Ada, that put me off. This time I'm doing it on some unknown linen. That's putting me off. Anyways, I think it's just no go for me. I forgot to bring over my stuff that I bought. Hold, please. So until I get that stuff or until I get the soda stitch pattern from Etsy, I am not going to be able to show you that. But I did get a couple of things from my local needlework shop because I went and I got that purled barley fabric, which I'm not going to pull out the whole thing because you just saw it stitched on, so I'm not gonna go grab that whole piece of fabric. It's just really big and I'm just not gonna do it. So what I bought was 3 patterns, and I did not need more of these, and I have never done a Mira. I've done all of the lavender, and not all of them. I've done a few lavender and laces, but I've never done a Mira. I plan on doing them eventually. I just want to get all of my Celtic ladies done first. So I bought this one, the Stargazer Mira pattern. I love her. I think she's adorable. Also, don't mind the nails. I'm missing gems on this hand, and I'm also missing lots of gems on this hand. I've had these painted for a few weeks now, so they're starting to fall apart. They're not chipped though, because I get that dipped powder on my nails. So yes, these are my real nails, but they have that dip powder stuff on them, so they don't chip. Anyways, back to this. So this is Stargazer. I think she's beautiful. I'm really excited. Actually, I think they're all beautiful, but you know, what can you do? So yeah, so there's this one. And then I bought Lady of the Mist as well, and I love her. I think she's beautiful. I think she's just gorgeous. I love the roses. Oh, I just love her. I think she's beautiful. I'm excited to stitch her, which will be in probably like so many years, but I will eventually get around to doing all of these. what, I have 5 mirrors now? I have like 5 lavender, no, I have more than 5 lavender laces and 5 mirrors, and I just can't stop. Anyways, and then the last one I got, oh, I'm so excited! Lady Justice! This one I think is her newest one. Yeah. And I saw somebody stitching her, and I didn't know that she had just put this one out, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is that? And I was just making sure. I was like, she better not be just like out of print or something, because I'd never seen her before, and then I realized, oh, she's new. So then after a while, like, I started seeing everybody stitching her, or at least buying her. And so I put it off, and I put it off because I saw her in the store so many times, and I was like, no, 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 no. I'm not going to buy her. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait. She'll still be out. Like, she's not going out of print anytime soon. So the last time I went, I broke. So I did. I bought her, and I was like, it's fine. I'm just going to do it. And this one has a lot more stuff, I think, in it. No, I'm lying. I'm totally lying. She has a lot of floss. She has less, like, she doesn't have any Kreinik, it looks like. She has lots of beads, and she has lots of floss. And then Stargazer has lots of beads and a bit of floss. I mean, it's a lot, but it's not as much. Lady Justice has floss, and then you have to do blending, and then you have to do Kreinik, and then you have to do beads. So there's a lot more that goes into this one. Luckily, I'm not put off by that. I'm very excited about that. So I'm excited. I'm not going to start her anytime soon, but I will one of these days. Oh, I'm so excited. I think she's beautiful. I love that she has, like, the sword and the scale and her blindfold. I just love it. I just love it. Anyways, now let's get back to sitting so you can actually see my face while I'm talking to you. And I still can't believe I lost the back of that freaking... I don't know where it went. It'll show up. Luckily, I'm just glad that the needle didn't fall off, because that could have been bad. I have a dog and a fiance that don't look where they're going. Also, a fiance that's pretty much blind, so that wouldn't be good.
Hello! Do you want to say hi to the video? Oh, hi! Okay. Okay, no. Okay. It's enough. That's enough.
He just wants to say hi to me, apparently. You have food in your bowl. Go eat it. I know, I have to eat dinner. Anyways, okay, so this has been a good long time, and I think that's everything for now. I think I've shown everything. I'm going to start doing some backing of my ladies, and yeah, I think that's it. Cool stuff. Okay, so I will hopefully see you again sometime in the near future, probably another 2 or 3 months, because that seems to be the way that goes. But yeah, I will see you all when I see you all. Peace out.